Hello and welcome. I'm Darren and with me is Sean. We are joined again with the $100 beater V6 Mustang.
That I have now named the Sixer.
The Sixer, that's what Sean's going to call it. So that's what we're going to stick with for any future project references. Gone are the terms $100 beater, Mustang. That was
there
one
was
of the
a couple other a little bit more derogatory.
Sure,
ones,
sure,
yeah.
Absolutely. But it has been a little while since we've joined you. We've been very busy over the summer, and we apologize. But hey, hopefully you guys had a great summer too. But now we're into shoulder season, heading into fall, and it is time to do indoor car things again. So with the V6 Mustang, simple project today. But Sean, give us a rundown. What's going on?
The car's got a gangster lean to the driver's seat. With me in it, it's all cocked back.
Right.
Yeah,
so
the seat back's broken.
Yeah, it's a pretty common thing, especially in the Foxes, especially in the SN95s. So we went to the junkyard and hunted up a sweet set of V6 cloth manual seats. Nothing real fancy, but they're in good condition, and most importantly, they'll keep Sean upright, so he can always bust off those sweet shifts and drifts. So, should be pretty straightforward. Yep. Let's get to it. The V6 Mustang, or Sixer, is the 1995 Mustang Coupe. It's a 3.8-liter V6 engine with a 5-speed manual transmission, and although it is very rough on the outside and honestly the inside, it is a very serviceable vehicle. It came to us from Jesse for about $100 worth of trade material, and honestly we didn't think it was going to last the summer, but Sean was able to tune it up and get it running perfect, and now it's endeared itself to him with its legendary reliability, relative comfort, and economy. And now he's decided, let's tune it up a little bit more for racing. But before any racing can take place, we have to address comfort, because Sean's got to be able to be comfortable as he's tearing down the track. So, as always, with junkyard seats, things are always dirty. So we're going to hit this stuff with, what was this, Chemical Guys cleaning stuff. I've used it for a couple of projects. We're going to use this to rip all the stains that are out of the bottom of our seats here. You know, down in the base, people sit on this, all sorts of questionable stains happen. Same as always, and this car's got a history of having disgusting things cleaned out of it using steam cleaners and abrasive chemicals, but this time we're not going to use bleach and cause a science project. So, get to that. While I started with the typical spray and scrub routine, Sean was able to quickly rip out the bolts and remove the driver's seat to get us ready to put in the new pieces once I had them cleaned and dried. So, we've made pretty good progress so far. Really, what's to talk about? It's clean the seat, removing an old one, you know, nothing major. Sean does have to change over the seat tracks because the ones on the newer Edge Mustangs involve a power seat, first of all, which we don't have or want, weight and race car. And the other thing that we have to worry about is the seat belts actually tie into the seat tracks on the new cars, which the older 95 Sixer doesn't use. So, get to that.
We ran into a bit of a snag. We thought that it's going to be a straight, simple bolt, old rails on the new seat, away we go. We're wrong. So the difference in the seats is on this seat, we have this bit that sticks out. On the other seat, it actually is in the other way. It's exactly opposite, it sticks in. And the mounting surface from here to here is exactly the same. On this car, this is recessed in more than the other. We assume to clear electric motors and pivot mechanisms. So if we try and put this in place, we have problems. We have a 1-inch gap on the top, half-inch gap-ish in the bottom, roughly. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some spacers, use some studs from Ivan, and make these seats work on this car. We have managed to make the frames work on the new seats. We did a 1x1 rectangular tubing in front. Goes over the stud like that. 2 1/4-inch plates with a hole drilled in. We go over like that to give it the 1/2 inch in the back, 1 inch in the front. Get bolts on, and as long as you line the nuts up so that the flats sit inside the rail so it clears, everything works. Mind the clears, runs, works, returns under spring tension.
And that's not bad. And these spacers, don't worry about them because it's all clamped together. That's the main thing, is the clamping force and the bolts are your structure.
And these are grade 10 bolts, or well, 10.9, so it works out to like a grade 8 in the standard system. And also the spacers, we put sideways so that the rail goes over so all the flat is touching. If we went this way, it would have went over the sides and it wouldn't have had the reinforcing. So make sure she's sideways, good to go.
Yeah, so here's how to adapt a power seat into a manual track car. this isn't bad. It's kind of unexpected, but
into a manual 95 car. Now, if we had manual trucks out of like a 01 up,
right,
new edge style, we probably is just a straight bolt in, but we didn't want to use all the electric heavy crap.
Cool. So we're going to get this other rail on, and then we're going to throw this thing into the Mustang and see how it looks. Hopefully it's way better than Gangster Lean.
Gangster Lean sucks.
Okay, Sean, so you got the mounts in?
Yep.
Everything's adapted?
Yep.
Hopeful and positive it's going to fit on the first try?
Absolutely. It's the same rails. Has to.
All right, give it a drop.
Oh no, the seat's too tall. All I'm doing now is just snugging the bolts up in the front. You don't tighten them down the whole way yet, because we still have to put the back ones in. So you literally are seat back, snug bolts, seat forward, snug bolts, seat the other way, tighten them all up, seat again, tighten everything up.
Yeah, but that's going to fit. And you know what?
It sits the same.
Well, here's the funny thing. It sits really well, and that's really good. But Mustang seats have never been traditionally well bolstered. But compared to these seats, which are practically flat,
these actually are bolstered a bit.
They're actually better.
We installed a race seat.
No, I wouldn't go that far. We installed a V6 seat.
It's got side bolstering, it's a race seat.
Well, it's got far more bolstering than basically these Ford Tempo seats from 1995. But, Sean, I'm going to leave you to it, and we'll cut to when this thing's in. So while Sean works on the passenger seat, why not give a little update on why we're working on the Sixer? Because, as you may recall, we haven't been very nice to this car. Mainly Sean hasn't been very nice to this car. He developed a very hate-hate relationship, no love at all, and barely liked it, even though it is kind of a Mustang. You know, you V6 guys are very passionate about your V6s, and Sean is not very passionate about V6s.
Mustang.
Yeah. So we had a lot of troubles with this car because we call it the $100 Mustang because Jesse gave it to Sean for, like $100. I think he swapped him some stuff. Busted Lincoln? Was it?
No.
Okay, so Sean traded something. Let's not get into that. But
Busted Lincoln got the 88 back.
Oh, yeah, right. Sean's 88 is back in the project, kinda, but we have to go find it. That's a whole other adventure for a completely different day.
Another year.
A whole other year. So, getting back to the V6er, Sean had it running for this summer. We had some troubles with it, put an alternator in it, and we managed to get the timing issues sorted out, and after that, the thing has ran really well. Sean, where have you taken this, in a nutshell, very quickly?
I've been as far as Kelowna and Kamloops. I went on a vacation, drove 2,500 kilometers, hauling 2 mountain bikes. I've been down to Calgary a couple times, in the Moose Mountain area a couple times. It's been all over. Sure.
So Sean has been road tripping this thing with his bike rack, which is there on the back, and it's been a very good vehicle to him. Comfortable, good fuel economy, and dependable. Except
for when it lost brakes.
Yeah, he did lose the brakes and had to get a master cylinder, which Sean tells me are pretty rare. I've got a spare one, so if it ever happens again, I've got a spare. And if you need one yourselves, can't find it anywhere, let me know. I'll hook you up. So after this vehicle has performed dependably all summer long, Sean has now decided that he would like to play around with it a little bit and actually start treating it a little bit more nicely as far as part selection goes and what he intends to do with it. So without being mysterious and building up a great big battle plan, here's what we're looking at. Sean wants to get back into a little bit of autocrossing, a little bit of light motorsports, so we're going to work on chassis and some other minor modifications in order to see if we can bring this V6 up to an autocrossing standard and to see if Sean can finally have a car that has a little bit more power and pep to run around the autocross circuits. And Sean is quite excited about that. We've already got a parts list ordered up. We've got some more stuff on the way. And we will be installing these things and keeping you posted on how that goes. Sean, excellent work pulling that seat out. Sean's finding all sorts of stuff. So we'll throw this new seat back in, and that will wrap up this section on what we're doing with the V6 Mustang. And it's going to be good. This is going to be a good thing for Sean, mainly because I like Mustangs. Oh yeah, and we're also working with the gimbal. That's kind of a new thing, so sometimes Sean's in frame, sometimes I'm too far in frame, stuff like that. But hey, you guys asked for a gimbal, so we get a gimbal, smooth things out, Look at that. Works good. Yep. All right, passenger seat going in. This one's going in unmodified, correct?
That's right, just bolt in.
yeah, should save us a few steps, no building spacers, and adapting seat tracks. So, we can say goodbye to this seat, which was one of the ones we picked up from a junkyard, actually. So this is passenger seat number 3.
In a car that almost never hauls passengers.
Yeah, you could take this out and really no one would notice.
No.
Aside from all the additional storage space you would gain.
Yep. Although soon she loses her back seats.
Yeah, that's true. Back seats aren't coming out. Wait. Okay, and success. We're done.
Yep.
That was pretty straightforward. Well, aside from the driver's side, we need to make a couple of spacers, but you can see how easy it is if there's any power seats you want to adapt to your own manual early SN95 tracks. Passenger seat was a straight drop in. The new edge stuff dropped right in. 4 bolts, dead easy, 15 seconds.
Yeah, easy.
Easy, easy. But as always, thanks very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you later.